Good.
Sitting out for you.
Okay. Okay, I'll get him tomorrow. Thank you.
Ready?
Yep.
All right, call to order this meeting in the Nettle Creek School Board. So all members present with the exception of Mrs. Lamar, Mr. Sankey, and Mrs. Houghton. I think we're still expecting Mrs. Houghton though.
Yes.
Are we in compliance with the open meeting law?
Yes.
Please stand for the pledge of allegiance, a moment of silence. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. All right, first we have approval and or correction of the regular board meeting minutes from August 15th, the board meeting minutes from August 26th, and the executive session minutes from August 26th. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Mike,
Second.
any corrections? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 4-0. Think we have anybody for public comment? We'll move to financial items for board consideration and action. We have consideration approval of claims, payroll, and ECAs with payroll totaling $570,288.19. Claims totaling $1,167,409.69. $0 for the HES ECA and for the HJSHS ECA, totaling $336,271.47. I have a motion.
So moved.
Andy?
Second.
Mike? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 4-0. Next, we'll move to a review of monthly financial statements.
Monthly financial statements were in your board packet. I would entertain any questions that you have on these. The first one is our financial snapshot. Next is our education cash flow. Operations. Debt service. Rainy day. Our preschool fund. And our school lunch fund. Next report is the monthly financial items. So that is our investment report of all of our accounts as well as our short-term CDs. And our reimbursement grant totals. My hope is that we are in a period of time where we are getting approved for some of the new grants, title grant, school safety grant, those types of things. We have done a really good job about providing you information on title grant reimbursement and some of those others. But moving forward, I hope starting in October, as we start to get some of these new grants, is to provide you the same information on this report for grants that we are not encompassing right now on this report, such as high ability, the school safety grant, which pays for 50% of our SROs, some of those other ones, just so you can have a better idea of how much funding is coming from grant dollars. So hopefully by October, if not November, Amber and I are going to be working on updating this so it truly encompasses all of our grant funds. Any questions?
Just on the rainy day one. No, we've got zeros for the rest of the year, but we do anticipate reimbursing that yet this year, right?
Yes, so really I should Sarah, can you write me a note, please? Really, I need to go in and put that 126 and 585, and that probably needs to go in October or November. That's when I anticipate that we will receive the bond proceeds, and they will be pushed through our system to reimburse. So yes, to answer your question, that by December 31st, we will be back at the 982,000 balance in that. Thank you for pointing that out.
Any other questions? Okay, if not, we'll move to school news.
Mrs. Locke, you're up first.
Well, we had the dental safari today in the LGI room, so that took place today. Our picture day is coming up September the 18th. Our community readers program has already started and it's in full swing. And we are really diligently getting ready for our first round of iLearn checkpoints, which the window starts on this month on the 15th, and then it goes till we are really working hard to get prepared for that.
Good. Thank you, Mrs. Locke. Mr. McCaslin, you're up.
Last month, we were able to nominate, or we had students nominate our August staff member of the month. That went to Chris Bloss. Although he had the most nominations, but also the most thorough and thoughtful, and has done a great job, and not just in the classroom, but everything he helps out with the school. That was fun doing that, traveling Lions, or traveling around his classroom and scoop people out for a little bit. I'm looking forward to our winner will be this month. Midterms were set on Monday. Homecoming info has been going out all week. That's next week. So we're looking for an exciting week at school. We'll have dress up days. There's a neon bubble party on Friday that we're all excitedly looking for.
Yay, the drive home, yeah.
So far, knock on wood, the game is still good, and we plan on posting, so everything should be set there. And then like the athletics are in full swing right now, and ball is off and going, and it's a really busy time. So very exciting stuff.
Awesome. Thank you. District news. We have been planning. We did this last year for the first time in a long time, but we're going to do it again this year just to make sure we have everything routine. But we are planning a safe site drill on September 26th. It's a Friday. The elementary will go first, starting at 8:45, and that is when we move students to a safe location. It could be for a number of reasons, but it's good to practice this drill because it takes a lot of organization and coordination to move that many students from one location to the next. And when we finish up the elementary and return them back to the elementary, we will then do the high school students as well. Hoping that it doesn't take us quite as long as it did last year. That's why we're doing it again, to hopefully make that more routine, but have coordinated with our district leader or our district leadership team, our SROs. We always invite our community partners such as the Hagerstown Fire Department, the police department, Reed Health. They are more than welcome to send one or anybody just to come observe, provide feedback, but also just make some connections with those entities as well. So hopefully weather cooperates, and September 26th, we will be doing that. Mrs. Tinkle has taken off in her new role. It's great to have somebody back in that role and kind of leading the way on curriculum and teaching and learning. She's done a phenomenal job. She really just takes the initiative and goes after things. So exciting to continue that work and excited to have her in that role as well. I met with our new to Nettle Creek teachers on Monday Monday of this week. It's an awesome group. I know that I've shared that before, but it's so fun to have just four teachers, and they all have experience. And so it has challenged me just a little bit because the content that we normally use for new teacher orientation, I've had to tweak just a little bit because they do have experience and because they are exceptional. So it's a really fun group. And again, meeting with those teachers throughout year one at Nettle Creek. So hopefully that they stay with Nettle Creek schools because they felt supported. And if not, at least stay in education. That's ultimately what we want, is for teachers to stay in education. The Indiana School Board Association and Indiana Association of Public School Superintendents Conference is coming up. That is September 15th and 16th in Indianapolis. It goes all day for 2 days. So if any of you are available and interested in attending, that would be great. Just let me know as soon as possible so I can get that registration taken care of. Sandy has attended in the past. It's really great information. They do, like normal conferences, they do one session all together, and then they have some breakout sessions of different topics that you can choose to go to. And this conference is more geared toward a school board member and supporting you in that role. That's all I have from district news.
Thank you. Move to board member reports, concerns, and requests for information. Mrs. Houghton.
I have a question from Ms. Tinkle. Any regrets yet? Good answer, but I wouldn't blame you for saying anything else.
Getting things changed prior to my name and things like that. So it just takes some time, but it's getting there.
Good. I know I bring this up all the time, and I do not favor transportation, but being that bus driver, I cannot stress enough how nice it is up there, the transportation. It's like walking into a whole new area. Everybody's working. There's no drama. Everybody has a schedule. Everybody's communicating. Jason has done a fabulous job cleaning up around the high school. I've been on that for at least 6 years, and it just looks so good. Last night at cross country, there were lots of parents that were talking about how nice our facility was, how nice our cross country course was. It was nice to sit there and listen to them. And another thing, you all know Coach Gray and Maya Ryan, who Coach said a couple of years ago that he's very difficult to communicate with. I had never heard that man say that before. But last week, he praised Orion for how good he's doing. And he said, I got to give credit to Jason. So that really meant a lot because, Orion has a very, very low IQ. So, and it takes him multiple times. So to hear a coach see and say that they've seen a difference with Orion since working with Jason and Charlie up there at the bus garage. Charlie too. Yeah. So they've got the patience of a saint, and I'm just very, very happy how the transportation department and maintenance came around. Yes, and it looks amazing up there by the high school. I mean, everything's just clean. It's
good.
Nice.
Thank you for sharing that. I love when people share that, and I think it's important for us to notice those things. Mm-hmm. And notice that the work our people are doing. Yeah.
Because we always hear the bad stuff. It's
yes.
You don't really get to see and witness amazing things that are happening. I mean, you tell us, but to actually see it and hear it is, So I just wanted you to know that.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing.
Thanks, Marcy. Ms. Bloss.
I have nothing. Thank you.
Rob.
Nothing.
Thank you. Shane.
Nothing from me.
Nothing from myself either. And show no old business. So we'll move to personnel items presented for board consideration and action.
Yep, just one personnel item for tonight. We are recommending a on-call substitute bus driver. This is really exciting because our bus driver positions are number one, hard to fill. And make sure that we have enough people to drive buses, but to have somebody who's willing to sub for us when needed is even better, so that we can, like in the classroom with a substitute teacher, keep our operations functioning without impact of somebody needing to take off. So one recommendation tonight, non-certified staff, and it's a substitute bus driver. I would ask that you approve as presented.
You do have a motion?
Um,
Sandy? Second?
Me.
Marcy? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 5-0.
I will add to that, going off of our transportation department, they do a really good job of, if we have a bus driver opening, offering the position a full route to our substitute bus drivers first. And so using it as an opportunity, number one, to get somebody in here, but hopefully to keep them if a full route would open up and move them up into that. And so I appreciate that our transportation department does that way.
Thank you. All right, other items for board consideration. First, we have first reading of packet 8 of board policies. There.
We're getting close to being done. I think there's one more, but don't quote me.
Oh, we're quoting you.
Oh.
Might be a big one. All right, so review those before next time, please. And then next item, we have second reading of the following board policies. We have D 525, E 100 and E 100R, E 150 and E 150R, E 225, F 275 and F 275E, F 300, F 300E1, F 300E2, and F 300R, F 325, F 350, and G 100 and G 100R. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Okay.
Julie? Any discussion? I think the only two comments that I had, those both got addressed.
Yes. One of those was updating the amounts in the debt management, and that is our rainy day targets, and we updated those. Our 8% low is about what we carry in our rainy day right now, which is 900,000. 8%, that was 8% of our education and operations total funds. And then to what we set as our goal, which is pretty lofty, was 15%. And I think that was 1.8 million. So that's kind of our range of what we hope to keep in that rainy day fund. That policy is not required, but it is good to have when you go into bond rating calls. That is one of the questions they ask you is, do you have something formal in place on debt management? And so this now we would be able to answer yes to that question and explicitly say what our amounts are. The other one that we had just one revision on was
Facility and transportation safety. Metal detector wands.
yes. Which option would we choose for the metal detector wands that our schools have? And we chose the option of using those based on reasonable suspicion. So those were those corrections were made in your board packet. So as you see them in your board packet, that is how we are approving them.
I know a few years ago, we had talked about maybe sharing with other schools to help with the cost breakdown. Just metal detectors or anything like that, because we had talked about that a couple
Mhm.
years ago. Just
Yeah, so many years ago, we all received some funding, and by funding, they provided each school building with a metal detector. The challenge at that point in time, and this was back when I was in the assistant principal role, the challenge during that time was that there was no guidance provided once we had a metal detector. And so you really opened yourself up to liability if you didn't have policies in place that said how you were going to use that. Are you going to wand every single person when they come in? Are you going to do it random? Are you going to do it because you have reasonable suspicion? And so that was one of the challenges. Thankfully, we've gotten over that hump. But the cost of metal detectors that you put in entrances and every student walks through, like a walkthrough metal detector, is expensive. But I know there's been some conversation around a group purchase on that, but I haven't heard any lately.
Thankfully, so far, we don't need it. We're not, very lucky.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Any other questions or discussion? If not, we'll move to vote. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? 5-0. Next, we have recommendation and approval of the FFA fundraiser.
FFA will be doing their annual fruit and beef stick fundraiser. This year, they will be adding soy candles as well. Funds will be used for general chapter expenses, community service projects, and to purchase a new lemonade shake-up trailer. The goal is for students to not have to pay for any registration fees or eating fees once they have paid their dues. I would ask that you approve this fundraiser as presented.
Do you have a motion? Sandy?
Second.
Mike? Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? 5-0. Next up is recommendation and approval of the ECA proposal for junior Tiger ambassadors.
This proposal was included in your board packet. You can probably remember back to previous board meetings, we have had the Tiger Ambassadors group come in and present to us, and that is our high school group. This is a proposal to start a junior Tiger Ambassadors Club at the elementary. This club would work to empower students to represent the student body, foster leadership, promote school spirit, and contribute meaningfully to both the school and the wider community. Through service, collaboration, and personal growth, student ambassadors will embody the values of responsibility, empathy, and teamwork. One thing that I want to note, we asked the board to approve new ECAs or proposals for ECAs. However, those are not funded through a stipend until they go through the negotiation committee. And so what the Teachers Association has shared and what we have collectively agreed upon is that to change ECAs, whether you phase one out or start a new one, there needs to be some years of stability and that club continuing to run and maintain before they want to talk about adding a stipend for a sponsor. And I would agree with that. Same with phasing an ECA club or extracurricular activity out. Having it not function for more than 2 to 3 years before we take those allotted funds and move them to something else. So anytime I get a new ECA club proposal. I make sure and reiterate that this will be an unstipend position for a few years, and if it maintains, then it will go to the negotiations table and it will have to collectively be approved or proposed to fund that sponsor position. Questions on that? Okay, I would ask that you present or ask that you approve this club as presented.
Motion,
Moved.
Second.
is that Julie?
Yes. Mhm.
Any discussion? What are the numbers of the ambassadors at the high school and what are we targeting for this one?
Grade or how many
Like
students?
total students?
I do not know off the top of my head. I'm not sure how many students we're targeting for elementary. Belinda,
Yeah.
how many students are at the high school?
Last count that I had was 28. But that's
Perfect.
juniors and seniors.
Thank you.
Is that about the same as what we're targeting for
I think
elementary?
they're trying to ballpark about the same, 4th through 6th, maybe less. They're wanting to do it in lieu of SGA. They had talked about doing SGA, bringing it back. And I was like, hey, what about this? So
Perfect. Thank you.
I really like the ambassadors program. I think I would prefer that over SJ as well. Any other discussion?
And kudos to Mrs. Locke because she started that program at the senior high school. So it's good. It's a great opportunity for kids.
Thank you for bringing it to the elementary.
but it's Mrs. Luger, Mrs. Newman, and Ms. Johnson. They're all in the spearhead. So I just said, well, so I'm excited for them.
Thank you. Any other discussion? We'll move to vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 5-0. Next, we have recommendation and approval of the FFA overnight field trip to the FFA National Convention in Indianapolis. Ms. Schaefer.
The FFA National Convention is held in Indianapolis. It will be on October 29th and returning on October 30th. That is the dates they are staying overnight. They will also be attending on the 31st, but they are coming home the night of the 30th and then we'll drive back on the 31st. I would ask that you approve the overnight field trip as presented.
Thank you. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Sandy,
Second.
Mike, any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 5-0. We'll move to recommendation and approval of the memorandum of understanding between Nettle Creek School Corporation and Indiana University for purposes to create early-in pathways for IUE for students interested in education.
The proposed MOU allows students at Hagerstown High School to access additional college credits outside of the 30 college core credits. IU East provides us with a number of seats for students to take courses through. I believe we had 4 last year, and I think we're up 1 more this year. So this has been an opportunity, I think, that our students have had for the last 3 or 4 years, and IU East has graciously increased our seats for this year. I would ask that you approve this MOU as presented.
I have a motion.
So moved.
Cindy,
Second.
Julie, any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 5-0. Next, we have recommendation and approval of the memorandum of understanding between Centerstone and Nettle Creek Schools. Ms. Schaefer.
In your board packet, you found a copy of the MOU being recommended with Centerstone Services. This approval will allow social services for students within Nettle Creek School. I would ask that you approve this agreement as presented.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Mike,
Second.
Marcy. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? 5-0. Next, we have recommendation and approval of the contract service agreement between Reed Health and Nettle Creek School Corporation for athletic training services.
This contractual agreement is a little bit different than years past. Reed will only be providing trainers for home contests for the following events: soccer, volleyball, basketball, wrestling, baseball, softball, and track and field. They will provide an athletic trainer for football, home and away, as long as they have somebody available to go to away events for football. They will also cover conference tournaments, Wayne County tournaments, IHSAA postseason tournaments hosted by the school. All other coverage will be at an additional cost to the school through a compensation model that was included on the last page of the contract. Really, this is, and I can understand this, to protect the athletic trainers from burnout. And the scope and sequence that Reed has agreements with the schools looked very different from school to school. So this is in an effort for Reed to sort of level play and ensure that all of their athletic trainers are being expected to do the same thing, but also not have them get so burned out because they are working every sporting athletic event, junior high and high school, for the same compensation. Jason Troutwine with Reed Health met with the superintendents, and I certainly can agree with this. I had a conversation with Scott Snodgrass, and while it will be an additional financial impact to the athletic department, we felt like it was one we would be able to take on. We do intend to have an athletic trainer and pay that within that compensation model for some additional athletic events outside of just the contractual service agreement. So if you have any questions, I would be happy to answer them. If not, I would ask that you approve this contract as presented.
Have a motion?
So moved.
Julie? Any discussion?
Just like a quick question on something that Mrs. Schaefer just said is regarding like other events will have coverage but at the expense of the athletic department.
Yes,
Okay.
if we request them.
If it's requested. So if we feel it's appropriate or necessary or whatever, we would then have that available at that.
Junior high wrestling, perfect example, going to have a trainer. That will be at our expense. Junior high football, going to have a trainer at home events, that will be at our expense.
And that will be at the expense of the athletic.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Any other questions? Only one I had was, I assume this is the same contract that every school has received, right?
Yes.
Given that we don't have soccer,
Mm-hmm.
are we the only school that doesn't have
Mm-mm.
soccer? Okay.
Mm-mm.
Still, given that we don't have soccer, I mean, is there something that should take its place or change in compensation or what? I mean, I don't know how big of a deal that is in the whole scheme of things, but that just caught my eye. So,
That's a good idea.
like we don't have that, so.
I can ask that. Would we prefer to table this action item? We can put it on the September 16th meeting agenda and I can get an answer to that.
If there's no rush to approve it, I'd say that'd be ideal.
No, Reed is a great partner to work with. Typically, we do these much sooner in the school year, and so that it is in place. Because of the changes, that's why it's coming a little bit later, but they are not, our services have not been disrupted as a result of not having the service agreement approved. And so we certainly can table this one. I can get some additional information and then we can circle back to it next week.
Any other questions for that discussion or? Okay. We'll move to recommendation and approval of the memorandum of understanding between Nettle Creek Schools and Ivy Tech Community College for the Indiana College Core Pathway and the NLPS Agri-Science Plant and Animals course.
This MOU with Ivy Tech allows Nettle Creek Schools to offer the college credit courses while students are still in high school. All of the courses are taught at Hagerstown High School by HHS teachers who are credentialed through Ivy Tech to teach the courses. Through this partnership, Nettle Creek School Corporation is able to offer the Indiana College Core, which is 30 transferable credit hours to state colleges within the Hagerstown four walls. This is very unique because there are not many schools within Eastern Indiana that can offer all 30 credits without having to send their students somewhere else. So we are very fortunate that we have teachers credentialed to teach these courses, and we can offer them within our Hagerstown community. This typically saves a college student at least 1 year of tuition expenses. I would ask that you approve this MOU as presented.
Thank you. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Mike,
Second.
Andy? Any discussion?
Just have a far out question. How, how we send students like to Newcastle and stuff like that? Would it be possible to ever think about inviting other students to our school to do those programs since we offer it and we pay to send ours?
There has been some trial and error and some conversations around that. 2 years ago, I believe it was, the service center tried to spearhead a what they called a teacher share program. For example, dual credit Spanish for us. We cannot offer dual credit Spanish right now because we don't have a teacher credentialed to teach that. Monroe Central does. And so for 1 year, we partnered with Monroe Central. During that time, students joined the class virtually. And I think that was a barrier for students. For a student to go to another school and take a class, the barriers are transportation. It also is aligning schedules. If we're on block scheduling and another school is on 7 period a day, how do we make those schedules match? Then you have the transportation time. And so it's challenging. Can it be done? Yes. If we have a student that is adamant of, I really want this class and we don't have a way to offer it, I'm open to options of trying to get that kid a class that they may need for the career path that they are going to. But it's just really challenging. Can be done. I don't think there has to be a lot of similarities between the schools that share those students. Yeah.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 5-0. Finally, we have recommendation and approval of the 2027 bus replacement bids.
This bid was included in your packet for 2027 bus replacement bids. Why 2027 when it's 2026 next year? Well, that's because we have to put our bids in that far in advance to get our buses delivered in 2027. Buses will not be received, will not be delivered and will not be paid for until 2027. This is simply putting our bid in with the company so that we have two on order for us. We are requesting 2 Thomas 78 passenger school buses, which were the lowest bid, and also what we have been purchasing the past couple of times. We will use the GEO bond to pay for these 2 buses. I would ask that you approve this bid as presented.
Thank you. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Mike,
Second.
Marcy. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? 5-0. That concludes our agenda. Items of information. Our next meeting is September 16th, and our regular board meeting. Note the week change from the third Wednesday or from the second Wednesday to the first Wednesday. That will be October 15th here in the LGI. 30. We are adjourned at, or not adjourned yet.
Just, I put up on the screen, next Tuesday, we will start at 5:30 for a public work session. And that is to review information for the 2026 budget and anything else related to that. At 6:25, we will do the collective bargaining public hearing so that we can open up collective bargaining with the Teachers Association after that. Then we will move into a regular meeting, primarily for the budget approval process. And then, as Sean said, October 15th, which is the third Wednesday in October due to fall break. Now it's you.
All right. Thank you. And we are adjourned at 7:10.